Hi guys, welcome back. Today we're going to show you how to make a Barbie scale size chair. And then also we'll show you how to make a miniature scale. And then we'll put them side by side and show you the difference in the comparison and how you can actually take any of our templates and turn them into a Barbie size item. Okay? So to get started, the first thing you need to do is cut your wood. So go ahead and pause it and take these measurements down because this is what you're going to need for the Barbie. If you want to do the miniature, stay tuned and then we'll start that next. Okay, so once you have the material cut, you want to go ahead and start gluing them together. Now make sure you have them facing the opposite direction, because if you don't, what's going to happen is it's not going to go together properly with this seat. Alright. So we went ahead and marked our lines where we're going to put them. And I'm just using Loctite super glue. Okay, so I want above my line here and below my line here. And then I'm just going to turn it over on its side and I'm going to put it right even on that line. And right even on that line, only it's going to be below the top line and above the bottom line. Now get your square. Okay, so you want to make sure that you're even and you're squared up there. I'm just using a block of wood to make sure that's going in the same place. Okay, so I'm going to do the same exact thing to this one and I'll be right back. Alright, so once they're glued together, they should look like that. Leave them sit for a few minutes and let them dry. The Loctite says it dries in 60 seconds, but if you're using a lot of it, it takes more than 60 seconds. In the meantime, go ahead and sand down your seat. If you're going to do a seat like this, this is just a scrap piece of wood that we had. You can use pretty much anything. Basswood is good. These dowels, they come in multiple sizes. Here's a smaller size. You can see the comparison of the two. And if you want to use this size, that's fine. They are 3/8, I believe. Yeah, they're 3/8. Okay, so once you get the sides glued, go ahead and take your smaller pieces, which is your leg support, put some crazy glue on there. You want to get it, make sure it gets in there so that it's absorbed enough to where it's not going to become a problem. Right, and then you want to line it up even with the one that you have on there already. Do that to both the pieces that go on the back.
You're up a little too high.
Can you see that side? I can't see it from this angle. You just moved it.
It's got to be up against this board.
Okay, watch out. Alright, so now, once we have them in place, I'm going to go ahead and put some crazy glue right along here. And you can use wood glue for this as well. You don't have to use crazy glue. We're just using it because it takes less time for it to dry. Okay, now you want to go ahead and take your seat base, and if it has splinters or anything, put that on the bottom. And you want to glue that in place.
And make sure your drawings are even with these.
I'm going to go ahead and put some tape on that. I'll be right back.
Go ahead.
Okay, so now you want to go ahead and put the 2 pieces on the front. Again, we're just using some crazy glue.
You got to hold them kind of even, so this is even because the front's a little wider. Let's see what you got. Okay. And hold it down. So.
So it looks like it's even. I can't see from this angle.
That looks all right.
Okay, wipe off any excess of the crazy glue and then tape it. And then just tape it in place until it dries. All right, and it should look something like this. You want to stand it up, make sure it's going to be all level on the bottom. All right, once you have that done, then flip it back over, mark where you're going to put these chair back pieces, and then we'll glue them in place. Okay, so rather than marking it, what we did is we took this little block of wood and we're going to use that as our spacer, and that's going to be our guide for what we're going to
That's 3/4 of an inch thick.
All right, so we're gonna let that dry for a second. Okay, so that's what it'll look like when you have the back slats in. Now you can do different slats. You don't have to have them horizontal like this. You could have them vertical, you could have a flat piece of wood there, you can do anything decorative, you can change the tips of your chairs, the feet of your chairs. You can do pretty much anything you want when you make your chairs to go with your table or whatever you're gonna be doing. It's completely up to you. Now stay tuned, and we'll show you in part 2 how to make this same chair for miniature scale. Now, if you're feeling really creative, you can go ahead and take your saw and you can put grooves into your wood and then sand the tops to a point. So the top of your chair can look like that as opposed to being just square. We tried to make this as simple as possible, so that you could design it the way that you wanted it, or you could just make it a really easy chair that you could throw together in like a minute. So this is Barbie scale. Miniature scale will be soon, right after. And if you make it, just share it with us on our Facebook page under Dollhouse Miniature Madness and Tutorials, so we can see what you've done and how creative you got with this. All right, okay guys, so pause your screen and write down all of these measurements and the sizes and everything that you're going to need. This is Barbie scale for 1/12 scale. You'll cut all these measurements in half, and then we'll also list them on there as well. When we get to the next one, we're going to go ahead and cut those out so that we have the measurements and we can make it. But I wanted to show you this because a lot of people question us about if we make Barbie scale stuff. We don't typically make Barbie scale stuff. We usually only make 1/12 scale dollhouse stuff because that's what I'm into. I like collecting the 1/12 scale things and building that. However, I did want to show you that, you know, any of our templates can be turned into 1/12 scale or a Barbie scale as opposed to 1/12. And then I wanted to give you a size comparison. This little chair here is 1/12 scale, and then this is Barbie scale. All right, so you can see the two sitting side by side, and I'll show you the finished chair that looks like this once we do that. But as you can see, she's a lot bigger than her. She's like double her size, which means you just double our measurements. Whenever we make something in miniature, you can make it in Barbie by just doubling the size. So if, for instance, we say it's going to be 3 inches, you would make it 6 inches. If we say it's going to be 5 inches, then you would make yours 10 inches, and so on. And, you know, if you like it and you want to make it, you can design it whatever way you want. And this is not a real Barbie, but she is the same size as a Barbie. I have no idea what I'm going to do with this chair because I don't really play with Barbies. I don't play with 1/12 either, but I collect them. All right. Well, thanks a lot for watching. And if you're not interested in 1/12, then go ahead and end the video now. If you want to see the 1/12 scale chair that's going to look just like this, we're going to go ahead and cut that and make that next so you can see it. It'll be an exact replica. All right. Thanks a lot. Okay guys, so you can see the sizes are quite different, but they're doubled in size. Barbie and then 1/12. Now here you can see the Barbie size doll and a 1/12 size doll. My Barbie's leg doesn't bend because she's not a real Barbie. But as you can see, there you go.